Good morning, students. So, in our last classes, we have completed our chapter 5, triangles, and I have given some exercise questions as your homework. I hope that all of you have completed. So, only some students have asked me doubts regarding that chapter, and anyone still, if you are having doubts regarding that chapter, you can ask me. Okay. So, today we are going to start our new chapter, chapter 6, Heron's formula. Okay, actually, when we are about saying about the chapter, this chapter is a small chapter, and here we in the whole chapter we are learning actually only one formula as the name of this chapter, which is Heron's formula. So, by knowing this, you can understand how much important is this Heron formula. Okay, so let us see what is the peculiarity of Heron's formula. Why is it so important? Okay, so all these things we will learn in this chapter particularly. Fine. So I'm going to share my screen. Okay. As you can see, we have reached our chapter 6, Heron's formula, and we have calculated perimeters and area of some figures like rectangle, square, such that, say, suppose if our classroom is a rectangular with the length 10 meter and width 8 meter. So let me ask you, what is the perimeter? What is the equation for the perimeter of a rectangle with a length L and breadth B? We have learned that in our previous classes, which is, what is the answer? It is 2 into L plus B. Okay, you know that what do you mean by a perimeter? Okay, 2 into L plus P. Okay, you know what you mean by perimeter? It means the length of the outer sides. That's all. Just we are adding all those lengths together. Fine. So what is the if the our classroom, suppose if our classroom is having length 10 meter and width 8 meter, what will be the perimeter? Here, that is, instead of L, we are given here at us 10 meter and the breadth as 8. So instead of L and B, substitute this 10 and 8. Okay, so you can see that 2 into 18, right? That is 36 meter. Fine. So, and what about its area? As you can see, the length about the area of a rectangle is length into breadth, the product of length and breadth, which is 1080, that is 10 into 8, which is equal to 80 meters square. And one more thing, unit of measurement of area of any plane figure is taken as square meter, and it is denoted as meters, meter square, or it could be centimeter square or square centimeter. So you have learned all this. We are just recollecting all this because even for our last exam, I have seen many students not writing the unit of our answers. Say, suppose if in the question find the area of a, suppose a question is given like this, find the area of a rectangular part. It could be meter square or centimeter square, but the unit should be specified. Some students are just written the answer only, means the value, the number, no any specifications regarding its unit. And actually I have reduced half mark for that. Okay, so actually it is very important. That's why again we are specifying that unit of measurement of for area is meter square or square centimeter. Fine. Now you can see that what is the area of a triangle if its base and height are known. You have already learned it as half into base into height. Quite easy. Okay. So this much you have learned. See, if a triangle is given to you, in order to find the area of that triangle, just take the product of base and its height and multiply it by 1 by 2. So you can find the answer. Fine. That's about the area of triangle. So suppose our main problem is, suppose we know the length of the sides of a scalene triangle. Fine. Okay. But not the height. Remember one thing, not the height. Height is not known. We don't know about the height. Okay, so I can cut it. Now, can we still find the area? Say, for suppose we have a triangular park whose sides are 40 meter, 32 meter, and 24 meter. Means if I could draw a triangle, see, we are having a triangle park having length, having measurements as 40 meter, then 32 meter, and the last portion is 24 meter. Fine. So my question is, how can we find the area of this triangle? How can we find? Means using this formula we can take, or we can find the areas half into base into height. Of course we can take base as any of the side. Could be this side, or it could be this side, or it could be this side. But the problem is, what is the height? That is the problem. We are not given any mention or any clue regarding the height of this particular triangular area. So in such cases, how we are going to apply this formula? In such cases, we cannot apply this formula. So we have mathematicians have thought for a very long time, especially Heron, and actually he contributed something to the mathematics in such type of cases. He gave something, actually a formula for finding equation. Okay, so let us go to our section 12.2, which is area of a triangle by Heron's formula. So let us see just few wordings about Heron, the famous mathematician. Let us see. He was born in about 10 AD, possibly in Alexandria. He worked in applied mathematics, means as you can see, the applied mathematics means just the application of mathematics, not just the theories, but more than that, the applications of mathematics in daily life. Okay. Now, his works on mathematical and physical subjects are so numerous and varied that he is considered to be an encyclopedic writer in these fields. He was not only a mathematician, he was actually uh, an encyclopedic writer in all the fields, not just in mathematics. Means he know about many things. Why? Because he used the knowledge from the mathematics in the other fields. His geometrical works deal largely with problems on mensuration, written in 3 books. Book 1 deal with the area of squares, rectangles, triangles, trapezoids, and various other specialized quadrilateral, regular polygons, circles. In this book, see, this is our main thing. Okay, this is what we are going to learn. Heron has derived the famous formula for the area of a triangle in terms of its 3 sides. Okay, in his book he have derived the famous formula for finding the area of triangle only by using the three sides of that triangle, which means we can get rid of this equation. Okay, that means in specific cases where the height is not mentioned, we can make use of the other informations given about the triangle and use that information to find the area of the triangle. Okay, so let us see the famous Heron formula. The formula given by Heron about the area of a triangle is also known as Heron's formula, and it is stated as you have only one formula to learn from this whole chapter. So by heart it, all of you should be able to give the Heron's formula at any time when I ask you. Okay, only one formula is there. Area of a triangle is equal to square root of s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. And what is actually s? It is the semi-perimeter. Semi-perimeter means half of the perimeter of the triangle, and a, b and c are the sides of the triangle. Okay, so I think this Heron's formula is clear for you. Fine. So just by heart this formula, we need it in many cases. Okay, now this formula is helpful where it is not possible to find the height of the triangle easily. Let us apply it to calculate the area of a triangular park ABC. Like, see, suppose this is a triangular park. As mentioned above, this is a triangular park. Here there is no mentioning about the some particular quantity of a triangle is not mentioned. Yes, about the height of the triangle is not mentioned, and we don't know how we can we find the height of the triangle. We don't know. Okay, you know what I mean by height? Means we are talking about this quantity. Okay, this perpendicular distance. If we are taking BC as the base, okay, we don't know about anything. Now if we are taking the side AC, still we don't know about the height. There is no clue given to us. Now, so we can make use of Heron's formula. Let us take A is equal to 40 meter, B is equal to 24 meter, and C is equal to 32 meter. Okay. So first of all, in order to use Heron's formula, all of you should find the perimeter of the triangle. You know that the perimeter means just adding all the three quantities. Okay, and that is the perimeter. For Heron's formula, we need only semi-perimeter. So semi-perimeter will be equal to 40 plus 24 plus 32, the whole divided by 2. Okay, so the sum will give you 96. So 96 divided by 96 divided by 2. Okay, it will give us 48. So we have found the semi-perimeter. Now in the Heron's formula, as you can see, there are terms. S minus A is there, S minus B is there, and finally S minus C is there. So we have to find S minus A, S minus B, and S minus C. So that is why we are taking S minus A, that is 48 minus 40 is equal to 8, and S minus B, it is equal to 24 meter, and S minus C, that is 48 minus 32 is equal to 16 meter. Therefore the area of park ABC will be square root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C, that is square root of 48 into 8 into 24 into 16. Okay, and you can factorize it, prime factorize it, and you can find the area as 384 meter square. Again, I remind you of the unit of the area of a triangle. Okay, it is meter square. Keep this in your mind. Okay, it is very important. Fine. Now one more thing about this particular triangular park. See, you can see that 32 square plus 24 square. Okay, just we are finding 32 square plus 24 square. It is equal to 1024 plus 576, which is equal to 1600, which is equal to, it is not 402, it is actually 40 square. Okay, it is 40 square. So as we have studied in our last chapter, if the sides of a triangle are in a manner that sum of the squares of the base and altitude gives the square of the hypotenuse, then we can say that it is a right angled triangle. Actually, this is the converse of Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so we can say that the sides of the park make a right triangle, and the largest side will be BC, which is equal to 40 meter. Okay, now will be the hypotenuse, and the angle between the other two sides, that is AB and AC, will be 90. They are saying that this angle will be 90 degree because this is the longest side. Okay, so the longest side, this is also we have seen. Okay, the angle opposite to the longest side of a triangle will be the bigger angle. Okay, so actually we are using the previous theorems or informations that we have learned in our previous chapters. So all of you, I'm telling you the importance of learning the previous chapters also. Fine. So now by using the formula 1, see, we are telling that here we have just found out it is a right triangle. So if this is a right triangle, then we can make use of our normal ordinary formula, which is half into base into height, because we know about height. Okay, what is half into, what is the base? We could take base as 24, and the height would be 32. So we can cancel this 12, that is 12 into 32 will give us the area of this triangle, which is equal to 384. Okay, that is also 384 meter square. Fine. So we have seen in both the ways that the area of triangles can be found out using Heron's formula if there is no clue or mention, or there is nothing mentioned about the height of a particular triangle. Okay, so let us see. Now, using this Heron's formula, we can verify this fact by finding the areas of other triangles discussed earlier, which means I'm saying that equilateral triangle with the side 10 centimeter. Okay, first of all, you can find the area of equilateral triangle using Heron's formula. As you can see, the perimeter will be 30, therefore the semi perimeter will be 15 centimeter. Fine. Similarly, now you can make use of the Heron's formulas. The square root of s into s minus a. Here we are taking a, b, c, all are same. So 15 into 15 minus 10 into 15 minus 10, and all are 5. So we can say 15 into 5 into 5 into 5. It's equal to that much centimeter square. And again, when we are solving, we can find that 25 into root 3 centimeter square. Okay, now in the same manner you can find actually what is the area of a equilateral triangle. Have you learned any formula for finding the area of an equilateral triangle? Is there any specific area, specific equation? Do you remember? Okay, those students who don't know that, just refer, and if still you don't know, just ask me, I will tell you. Okay, now in the second case, you are given an isosceles triangle with unequal side as 8 centimeter and equal side as 5 centimeter, which means there is an isosceles triangle. And what is the peculiarity of that isosceles triangle? The peculiarity is that the unequal side, that is the side having longer length, would be 8 centimeter, and the remaining equal sides are having the length 5 centimeter. Okay, this is also 5 centimeter. Fine. In here also we can directly apply our Heron's formula, right? Okay, so first of all we have to find the perimeter, which it would be 8 plus 5 plus 5. Okay, so we will get answer as 18, but we want only the semi perimeter, so perimeter divided by 2, that is 9 centimeter. Clear? Now what we are doing? Now we are finding square root of s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c centimeter square. That is, we can find the area of the triangle as 12 centimeter square. And again, we can verify this by using half into base into height. And again, to find the height, we can make use of by splitting the isosceles triangle by drawing a line, by drawing an altitude. Okay, so that we can find the height as that length. Clear? And you can cross check whether the answers we have found using the Heron's formula as well as using our earlier equation, both are same or not. Okay, so let us do some examples which can be where the problems are regarding the using the Heron's formula. Okay, so example 1. Actually in this chapter only this equation is there, and we are doing some examples to make you familiarize how we can apply, where you can apply this Heron's formula. Nothing more in this chapter. This is a small chapter. By one more class we will finish this chapter. This is a simple chapter also. Okay, example 1. Find the area of a triangle. Okay, this is our triangle, two sides of which are 8 centimeter and 11 centimeter, and the perimeter is 32 centimeter. You are given, and we want to find the area of the triangle. Okay, so this is our triangle, and the length of two sides are given, but the length of the third side is not given to you, but instead we are given an information about the perimeter. We know that what is the perimeter. What do you mean by the perimeter? It is the sum of all the sides of a triangle. Since we have two sides, if we are subtracting the sum of these two sides from the perimeter, it will give us the length of third side, that is AB. Okay, do you follow me? That is, here we have the perimeter as 32 centimeter, and we are taking the length as A is equal to 8 centimeter and B is equal to 11 centimeter. Third side C will be what? C is equal to 32 centimeter minus 8 plus 1, which is equal to 13 centimeter. So now we have found the third side also. So moreover, we are given one more thing, perimeter. Perimeter also given to us. So we can easily find semi-perimeter. So what is the semi-perimeter? It will be 16 centimeter. So semi-perimeter is equal to 16 centimeter. And what is S minus A? that is 16 minus 8, that is 8 centimeter. And now what is s minus b? We can say that is 16 minus 11 centimeter, that is equal to 5 centimeter, and s minus c is equal to 3 centimeter. Therefore the area will be, using Heron's formula, root of s into s minus a into s minus b into s minus c. And one more thing, whenever you are asked a question to make use of Heron's formula, first of all write the equation. Even if there is some mistake, still you will get some mark for that question. But if you are not writing the equation, you may not get any mark. That is the problem. So always write the equation first, then just substitute each and every values. Okay, see here we have s as 16 centimeter, and s minus a is 8, and s minus b is 5, and s minus c is 3. So 16 into 8 into 5 into 3 is equal to, you can see, okay, when we are solving we can see that 8 into square root of 30 centimeter square, that is the area of this triangle ABC. So we are just substituting the values given to us directly in the Heron's formula. There is nothing more. So I think it is clear for you. Okay, now we are going to our example 2. See, a triangular park ABC has sides 120 meter, 80 meter, and 50 meter. You can see in figure 12.7. So this is our 12.7. A gardener, Dhania, has to put a fence all around it and also plant grass inside. How much area does she need to plant? Find the cost of fencing it with the barbed wire at the rate of rupees 20 per meter, leaving a space 3 meter wide for a gate on one side. I think this question is clear to you. Again, I will explain. You are given a triangular park having the sides. This is the length of our sides. Okay. Now, Dhania is the gardener. He want to put a fence all around the triangular park. Now, in order to put a fence around them, we should leave a small part, that is this part. A 3 meter should be made open. Why? Because we need a gate opening to enter into that garden. And per meter, it cost rupees 20. What is the total cost? That is our first question. Now, the next question is, how much area does she need to plant? Okay. So, she had to plant grass inside. So, how much area it should cover? So, actually, in this question, we want to find two things. One is, first of all, we want to find the cost of fencing the barbed wire, means the perimeter. Using that perimeter, we can find the total cost. So that is solved. Now, with that help, we can find semi-perimeter, and by applying that semi-perimeter, we can find the area of the whole triangle. Okay, so I think the question is clear. So those students who have an idea about how we can solve it, they can begin solving the question. Fine, I will explain it slowly. Fine. For finding the area of the park, we are given 2s, that is 2 times the semi-perimeter, means the sum of all those parts, that is 50 plus 80 plus 120 is equal to 250 meter. Therefore, semi-perimeter will be 125 meter. Clear? Now, from this is the wait, this is the semi-perimeter. Now we are finding s minus a, that is 5, and s minus b, that is 45, and s minus c as 75. And again, area of the park, first of all you should write square root of S into S minus A into S minus B into S minus C. Now we are just substituting all the values. That is square root of 125 into 5 into 45 into 75. Just substituting all the values, and you can find the area of the park is 375 into square root of 15 meters square. That is the area of the park. Okay. Now we have as we have seen here, the perimeter of the park is 250 meter. But one important point, many students think this is a very easy question, so we are going to solve it, but they will neglect one thing. See this part. Therefore, the length of the wire needed for fencing this part, 250 meter minus 3 meter. Many of them forget about this 3 meter. They will think this question is very simple, so they will think this is very easy, I will solve it very fast. But they will forget about this 3 meter to subtract from the perimeter, and thus they will got the answers wrong. That is the problem. Okay, so keep that in mind. Now we are finding the length of the wire. It is 250 minus 3, so that is 247 meter. And as we have given in the question, each meter, for per meter it costs rupees 20. Therefore the total cost of fencing will be rupees 20 into 247. That is, you can write it as rupees 4,940. That is the total cost of fencing around the triangular garden. I think this question is clear to you. Okay, so again we are moving to our next example 3. The sides of a triangular plot are in the ratio 3:5:7 and its perimeter is 300 meter. Find its area. Okay, so suppose I will draw a figure. In such cases, it will be better if you draw a figure. Okay. We have a triangular park, and the ratio of the triangular plot, they are in 3:5:7. So if we are taking it in meters, then we can write or we can find the ratios as 3x. I'm just writing randomly, 5x and 7x. These are the lengths of the triangular plot. And one more information is given to you. The perimeter is 300 meters. So if we know about the sides of a triangle, what will be its perimeter? Just adding all the three quantities. Okay. So it will give us the perimeter, but actually the perimeter is given to us as 300 meters. Okay. So we can find the answer easily. See, suppose the sides in meters are 3x, 5x and 7x. You can see the figure. Okay. Then we know that 3x plus 5x plus 7x is equal to 300, which is the perimeter. From this, we can see 7 plus 5, 12 into 3, 12 plus 3, 15. That is 15x equal to 300. Therefore, x equal to 20. So we have found the value of x. Therefore, the sides of the triangle are 3 into 20 and 5 into 20 and finally 7 into 20. So we have found out the length or the measurements of the triangle. It is 60 meter into 100 meter and 140 meter. So now we have found the length of each side of the triangular plot. Okay, so now we can directly apply our Heron's formula. Those students who can understood, they can just solve the question very easy. Okay, we are given directly the perimeter as 300. Therefore, what is the semi perimeter? It will be 300 by 2, that is 150. Now, what is s minus a, s minus b, and s minus c? Just substituting all those values here. Okay, therefore we will get square root of 150 into 90 into 50 into 10 meter square. That is 1500 into root 3 meter square. Okay, so that is the area of this triangular plot. I think this question is clear to you. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. Now, by this example, we have finished that section, and you have exercise 12.1 as your homework. Only 6 questions are given as homework, and you can directly apply the Heron's formula in each of these questions. Okay, just find the sides length of the each side of the triangle and directly apply the Heron's formula. There is nothing difficult here. Okay, so I think this part is enough for you today. So all of you learn by heart the Heron's formula, and in our next class we will deal with some more practical applications of Heron's formula. Okay, so if you have any doubts, watch the class carefully, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me. Okay, so thank you.